All right, Ralow, how's it going, man?
Everything is good, man. How's everything?
Man, it's good. It's good, man. Glad to have you here. A lot of people probably don't know who you are. So can you kind of give people, a little bit about your background and who you are, where you grew up and everything like that?
I'm from Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, childhood friend of Fabolous. We all grew up together in Brooklyn. And, started out, Fab DJ, role manager, I was there, I'm his boy.
So you were there from the beginning, from before he blew up and anything like that?
Yes, from the beginning, from the very beginning, yes. Yes.
Okay, how'd you guys meet?
We lived across the building from each other, Bainbridge side, in Brevoy projects. And yes, kids just growing up, playing outside, in front of the buildings till you get in the age where you like moving around projects. And then once we became teenagers, we became BGS, like a boosting. We used to boost before the music industry. And we was BGS, and we were just a group of young kids, teenagers, boosting, trying to, make a way, make some money.
And this was high school, junior high still?
This is BGS started junior high school.
Junior high, okay.
Yeah.
And was Fabolous rapping back then?
He was rapping, but nobody knew he was rapping. Like, he was kind of quiet with his rapping. Like, back at this time, I could have been rapping before him, but his brother Paul Kane was rapping, but you knew he rapped because he'd come outside, Brevoy Day, he's rapping, this and that. Fab was always undercover with his rapping because his raps was like, if he spit a rap to you back then, it looked like he was on already. Like, you know what I mean? So his rap was different. So I guess he didn't want to spit that rap to people because they wouldn't understand it. He rapped like he already got $1 million in his account. Like, you get what I'm saying? So he only had rap for his friends. We in the hallway smoking weed, stuff like that. And he'd rap for us. Like, we knew he was rapping, but everybody else, he kind of kept it on a hush,
So Fabolous, he wasn't out there battling everybody. I know that was a big thing in New York back then.
Yeah, but he wasn't a battle rapper. His brother, Paul Kane, is more could be a battle rapper. He'll chew your head off or whatever. But Fab wasn't a battle rapper. People used to kind of come around and bring people to battle Fab. Like, even back then, Big Fendi, Red Cafe, all these guys was around back then before nobody knew who they was. And, they used to come around to the projects and try to bring people to battle rap Fab. But Fab wasn't a battle rapper. Kane and somebody else battled him, but he wasn't never a battle rapper.
Okay, and what was high school like for you guys?
High school was good. Junior high school, everybody was kind of together. So once we went to high school, everybody started getting split up different ways. Like, I was in my zone school. I think Fab went to art and design. But high school was still good, and it was still, boosting. It was still BGS at that time. So,
Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, I graduated from high school.
Okay, and what do you do after high school?
Well, after high school, like I said, I worked before. I had a side job before, but it didn't last that long. But me, it was more like hustling, like I say. Hustling. I gambled a lot. You know what I'm saying? It was little minor stuff, like boosting, dibbled in drugs here and there, stuff like that. Tried everything.
At what point now, Fabolous, is he rapping this whole time? Is he taking it serious?
Yes, he's rapping, but I ain't gonna say taking it that serious, but he's definitely rapping. And even at this time, he used to be writing for certain people, like other rappers. He used to write for this girl before. She used to pay him. Little rappers used to come around and give him $1,000, $1,500 here and there to write a song or a verse and all that. And he used to do that. I used to be his hustle too.
What year was this?
I'd say 96, 97,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like things are pretty good for him already. He's already making good money just doing some ghostwriting.
Yeah.
But I don't think he really, at least, I'm over here on the West Coast, so I don't think we started hear about Fabolous till the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's all going on in between there?
Okay, so in between then, I think 98, around that time is when New York and Jersey, the tri-state, started hearing Fab because he was introduced to Clue. So before that, we used to just do demos in the hood and stuff like that. And, the whole hood and the projects knew Fab stuff, because It was just, we did demos. So one day my boy Sax was actually, he used to always walk around with the headphones and Walkman and stuff like that. And he's playing Fab demo and he's singing it, like, you know? So this dude named Webb at the time, who eventually became Fab's manager, heard Sax, you know, rapping lyrics. And he like, yo, what's up, that's you? So, you know, he was like, yeah, that's me. And he was like, yo, if that's you, like, I got connections with DJ Clue, I can get you signed. So my boy was like, nah, that ain't me. That's my, you know, that's my boy Sport. So that's what Fab name was, Sport. You know what I'm saying? So and he was like, yo, for real, like if that's, I could get him signed, like I got connections with Clue. So he was like, yo, let's go into projects and let's see what's up. And they went into projects that same day, that same time, and found Fab. And Webb let him know, like, listen, give me 6 months and I can get you a deal. If not, then you ain't got a deal with me no more, this and that, you know, 6 to 8 months. And he went with that, and that's what happened.
Okay, so he takes Fabolous as like he's his manager, I take it, at this point?
Yes, him and a dude named Cheo, they was partners. So they signed Fab for like a 6 month, 8 month contract management deal, and they start working on from there. So they actually, you know, got in contact with Clue because they used to do parties in college. That's how they knew Clue. And, you know, Clue started hearing them, Skane started hearing them, and they was liking what they heard, I guess. So they went up to the radio station. This is when Clue had Monday night and all that stuff on Hot 97 or whatever back in the days. And Fab went up there one day. He like, yo, I'm going to, you know, Clue tonight. So he was like, all right, that's cool. Go to Clue. He don't go upstairs. I think it was like 2 or 3 times, like 2 times. It's like, yo, I'm going to Clue again tonight. And, you know, it was like, all right, cool. We waiting to hear you on the radio. He don't let him up again. So I remember it was another time, another week come, and he like, yo, I'm going to Clue. So we like, come on, man. Like, you keep saying you're going to Clue. When you going to get up there? We like, yo, listen, Clue don't let you up tonight, man. Let him know BGS going to be waiting outside for him, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, enough is enough. What's going on? So one day we're in front of my building, you know, me, Sack, the rest of the crew, we out there smoking, drinking. And, you know, our building is right across from each other. So his mother come to the window and was like, rah, he's on the radio. Like, we in front of the building. And he was like, okay. We all run upstairs to my mom's house, you know, cut the music on, the radio on. And there he was up there with Nori, you know, NORA. And Nori is hot at this time. 9-8, Nori was on fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? So for him to be up there with Nori, it was big. So we get up there and it was like, you know what I'm saying? And it went from there, from the freestyle. And just by having the name Fabolous in his song, it's the FABOLOUS in the New West, circling the US. It was just, he threw it in there. And Clue it stuck with Clue where he thought he was Fabulous Sport. You know what I'm saying? But ever since that freestyle happened right there, that night, it changed everything. Because that next day was just like, just by going on the radio, even saying BGS. Because like when he offended it, it was like BGS, clean thieves with 80s with queen sleeves, twist shot honeys with 20s of green leaves. It was like, woo! And it was on after that. BGS was definitely like on the map after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the hood knew who Fabolous was, but remember, you still didn't get a picture of his face. People from everywhere else don't know how he looked. Just people in the hood. So after that, now he started doing clues now, like all Clue tapes. He's starting it off, and you still don't get a vision how he looked. But then he was signed for Clue for like 2-3 years before he really actually popped with the Little Mo Superwoman joint.
So he's signed to Clue.
Yes.
And things are kind of going slow. Is he putting out music or mixtapes or?
No, he ain't putting out mixtapes. He just doing whatever Clue acts. So, you know, Clue, he doing songs on, you know, freestyles on Clue mixes, you know, every time he come out with something new, Fab is on it. Like, you know what I mean? That's how you promote Fab. And this is another story that Clue told us years after, right? So the day that Fab was on Hot 97 with Nori, you know, from Brooklyn doing all this, Jay-Z supposed to have called and asked Clue, like, yo, who's that dude? Like, who's that kid from Brooklyn? And DJ Clue lied to him and said, yo, this is my artist. I signed him. And he ain't signed him yet. But he just lied and was like, yo, I signed him. So that's what made Clue just like, you know what, I'm taking him. Because Jay called up there for him that night. And that's what happened. And Clue was like, nah.
So Jay-Z wanted to sign Fabolous.
I mean, I ain't gonna say he wanted to sign him. He called up there asking about him, like, yo, who's this kid from Brooklyn? Who's that? And then Clue was just like, yo, that's my artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it went.
Damn, that'd have been crazy, because Rockefeller was hot as shit back then.
Exactly. Definitely Fab would have loved to have been on. You know what I mean? With Jay at this time, like, yeah, but Clue ain't never say nothing about that. Like, you know what I mean? So he signed to Desert Storm, And you know, everybody, it was cool. Like, damn, all right, signed to Desert Storm, but now you got to get a distributing deal. You just signed to Desert Storm, that's it. So he doing all these songs, you know, for Clue, bigging up, you know. And once the Little Mo thing came about, you know, Clue did that beat, he produced it. So it was just like, you know, I give you this beat for free if you let my artist get on it, like, you know, and it worked out. He got on a Superwoman, and then that was it. He was out of here after that.
Speaking of Jay-Z, she originally wanted Jay-Z for the track, right?
What for the? I'm not gonna say she really wanted Jay-Z. She was just looking for. She found the beat and she liked the beat. She wanted the beat, but and Clue was like, "Listen, I give you the beat if you just put my artist on it." But then it was a big thing because after Fab did the song and he actually comes out, you know, Superwoman is a big song, it's a big record, and actually Ja Rule was mad at Little Mo because remember Little Mo did a lot of songs with Ja Rule, like, you know. So
Yep.
he was looking at it as like, you did all these songs with me. How come I ain't on it? Like, you ain't got a dude from out of nowhere to get on this track. And it's like, you know what I mean? But it was Clue artists. You get what I'm saying? So it worked out. Like, you know, a beat for the verse and it made its way. And then, you know, Little Mo was on Elektra at the time. And Elektra signed Fab right after that.
Superwoman drops.
Superwoman dropped. So now you get a visual on how Fab looks.
Huge song.
Yes.
Takes off. I mean, it's not even a local song. It's countrywide, worldwide. It's a hit.
It was big. It was big.
know?
Superwoman was a big song.
How does things change for you guys when that happens?
When that happened, it was like, okay, now people know how he look. So now it's good. Like, you know what I mean? So now it was like, everywhere we went now, it was like, okay, people started, oh, that's Fab, that's Fab. Like, you know what I mean? It was good. It was good. People treated us different, definitely. Like, you know what I mean? We felt like we was there. Because even with the signing the Clue, it was like, all right, he's signed. But then remember, 2 years is a long time. 3 years, he's still on Clue just doing mixtape stuff, like verses. So actually to be on a real song that's on the radio, a video, it was like, damn, we here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
What were you doing at the time? Were you already involved, or at what point do you kind of become involved with the music?
Yes, I was already involved at this time.
Okay.
At this time. Like, yes.
Were you like helping manage him, or
No,
or
I
what were you
wasn't
doing?
manager. His manager was just Webb and Cheo at the time. And I was just there. I was his entourage. I'm his boy. Like, you know what I mean? Holding him down and, you know, stuff like that.
Okay, so the song drops, goes crazy, and you guys get a record deal. Now you guys start working on his first
He
album.
started working on his first album now.
Okay, what was that time like?
That was nice. Like, you know what I mean? It was just different. We young kids. We coming to the studio now. He actually laying down songs. Like, now he working on his album and it's different. It ain't like, yo, I'm doing a song with 702 tonight. When we get to the studio and it's like a regular 702 song and Clue just putting his verse on it. Like, you know what I mean? In the beginning it was like that. You know what I mean? But now it's like he working on his album. This is it. It's go time.
His first album comes out, it's a hit. He has a song with Nate Dogg.
That's his first single, Can't Deny It,
Goes
with Nate
crazy.
Dogg. Yes. So think about it. The East Coast, West Coast, all that stuff was like 9-7 and all that with Big and them. So that kind of, I ain't gonna say bring it back together, but remember his album came out in 2001 and his first single was with Nate Dogg, you know, West Coast artist. So that was pretty cool. That was big.
Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Yeah.
And shoot the video, everything goes crazy. And I mean, at this point, you know, he has a lot of freestyles. Like, I think after Superwoman, I got my hands on a mixtape of Fabolous, and it was just freestyles though.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, this shit is dope, man. Like this dude's gonna be big, man. And then his album came out. Album went crazy, man. And
Yeah, he went platinum.
yeah, man. And so, what are you guys doing at this time, man? Do you guys go on tour?
Oh,
You know, what
man.
are things like for you?
Yes. We started doing shows. Our first tour was 2002, Nellyville tour. Remember, Nelly is big too. This is Nelly's second album. You know, with Kelly Rowland's single, Dilemma, Hot in Here and all that. So Nelly headlining, and I think Big Timers was on that tour as well. I mean, you know, Fab was on it. It was our first tour, first experience. We on the road, and the tour seemed like forever. We could have been on the road for like 4 months, man. Like it felt so long that it was like, I felt like, yo, I'm ready to go home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how long we was touring with Nelly and them. And it was good. It was a good experience, you know? Everything was good. Like, you know, the groupies with the, just everything. Like, you know, it was a good experience.
Is there any stories from that time that you could share?
From the tour?
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, plenty of stories from the tour. Like, okay, I could give you a good one. You know, remember, this is all the first good experience. So I give you a good story from a tour. Okay, one day I think we was in, it could have been like Dallas or something. We in Texas somewhere. And I met this girl, whatever. We like on the platform, a stage, whatever, the club is like in front of us. And like we kind of like high up, whatever. So I met this girl, whatever. We talking, we chilling, drinking, dancing. And I keep seeing her like go back and forth to like the front of the stage, bending down, talking with somebody, coming back to me where I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, you know? So long story short, that was her baby father. So her baby father, her going at it, she's starting to argue and she's trying to kick him, so they fighting. So I tell my boy Shaq, like, yo, you know, this chick right here, her baby father, he like, listen, don't get involved with that, this and that. I'm like, all right, cool. So the dude, we get eye contact and he like, yo, you know, let me talk to you for a minute, whatever. So I come walk over there. And he like, yo, bend down a little lower. And I'm like, what's up? Bend down a little lower. And I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, he's trying to get me to bend down to even try to snatch my chain, punch me in the face, anything. So I'm like, yo, get out of here with that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at the same time, he with his boy. And he pumped his boy up, like to come on stage though. So as I'm walking away, he threw a drink. And when he threw a drink, it kind of like, the glass didn't hit us, but like the liquor kind of got on like me and my boy Shaq. So now he sent his boy up there, like, yo, go up there and go up, like to come on stage. And as he coming up stage, my boy Shaq just said, boom, one hit a quitter, dropped him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put him down on the steps. He was out, everybody, music off, it's big commotion. And you know, my man Shaq put him down, like, get him a blinky. You know what I mean? Sleepy time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was it. So now we leaving the club because of a whole bunch of commotion. We leaving out the back door. And I still got the girl with me as we leaving out the back door. Like, we jogging out the back door because now it's a big commotion. And the girl's still coming with us through the back door. So she turned around like, oh my God, it's my baby father. Like, he was actually coming, following us out the club too, through the back. And as we run into like the van, the security just yoke him up and drag him back in. It was like, oh man. So we get back to the hotel and the girl is on the phone with her friend like, oh girl, you missed it. Fabolous, one of his boys fucking knocked, what's the name out? And I'm saying to myself, oh man, like this dude is gonna kill you when he get up with you. Like his boy got knocked out, your baby father got dragged by security and you still left with some dudes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we still chilling and next thing you know, her sister or her roommate called her like, the dude was over there like breaking out all her windows in her house and all that. And I was just like, I left the next morning. It was like, you know what, be safe and, you know, later. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what happened with that girl after that, but that was crazy.
Damn. Okay. I interviewed Spider Loke not too long ago.
Yeah, I seen that.
And he brought up a situation where Fabolous kind of confronted Suge about some things Suge said on the radio.
But Fabolous, to my surprise, like he approached Suge about the shit you said about me on the radio in New York. Here I am in LA, and yeah, it's on my mind what's happening. And he didn't go too super barky on Suge, but he got at him like a man. He brought it up, and Suge turned it into like a laughy, jokey play. I didn't mean it like that situation. So I was kind of impressed in what my perception of a Fabolous versus a Suge would have been. Up until that point, I was just kind of like shocked and impressed to see that Fabolous stood on that position at that type of time with Suge.
Can you kind of take me through what happened?
One day, you know, we riding around in the city, New York City, riding around, and Suge Knight is on the radio. So he up there with Angie, whatever, you know, Suge, you know, we tuning in, like, you know, that's Suge Knight. And he told Angie, like, yo, you know, put some gangster shit on, whatever, this and that. So Angie put on like some Fab shit. And he like, nah, I ain't say Hollywood, I want gangster, man. Like no Hollywood shit. And she took it off and put on like Ja Rule or somebody or something like that, where it was like, okay. So we hearing that, we riding around like, oh shit, like what? Hollywood? So, you know, Fab felt offensive by that, like, I ain't Hollywood, like, you know what I'm saying? So he actually called the radio station to talk to Suge that day, like, but he was gone already. They like, Suge left. So what Angie did, She must have called Suge and told Suge, like, yo, Fab called up here looking for you, but he was already gone. So we left that situation alone, and that was it. Goes to LA, and, you know, Fab got the Benz, 2-seater Benz. Him and Kane is in the car. And people say Suge, and I think they say Suge just to let you know who they talking about. But every time I'm in the West Coast, LA and all that, I never heard nobody say Suge. I heard Simon. People call him Simon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Simon. So a dude come up to Fab like, yo, Simon want to holler at you. So you're like, all right, what's up? Like, let him know. So Suge comes up to Fab and like, yo, what's up, homie? I heard that you called a radio station for me. And Fab like, yeah, man, I want to let you know that, they put my song on some music of mine and you was like Hollywood. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just want to let you know, like, I ain't Hollywood, man. Like, you know what I mean? And Suge was like, damn, I respect you for that, homie, because, usually I approach somebody and ask them if they said something. They say, no, they ain't say it. Like, you know what I mean? They scared like that. So I respect you for that, homie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Looking at the car and all, like 310 motors, you know what I mean? Fab had a Benz, like, from the, rented it from, like, the car dealership. And he like, oh, yeah, that's my people's over there. This and that. Long story short, it ended like that. You know what I mean? LA, this and that, cool. So now we goes to a mall, right?
The Beverly Center?
Beverly Center. Fab looking for t-shirts, little socks or whatever, stuff like that. And he goes in there, him and Kane just runs in real fast to go get what they gotta get and come back out. And like 4 dudes jump on Fab. Broad daylight in the mall. Like 3 on Kane. Fab in the mall doing it with some dudes that's trying to rob him. They didn't have no guns, they were trying to strong arm him, like take the chain and all that. So he gets it in with these guys, like shirt rip, like really gets it in, like a real rumble where he hold it down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Him and Kane holding it down in the mall. Fans and everything, oh, Fab. Like, it was like that. So, we get back to the hotel, we all riled up, like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, the fuck's going on, this and that. And Fab gets a call, and he talking on the phone, and he's like, nah, I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? I only lost my 2-way. They ain't get nothing from me, this and that. Hang up the phone and say, yo, guess who was that? I was like, who's that? And it was Suge. Calling, saying like, yo, I heard what happened to you, homie. I can get your stuff back. You know what I mean? I know these homies that did that, whatever. And Fab is like, listen, they ain't get nothing. I dropped my 2-way, so I'm good. Like, you know what I mean? I don't need nothing back. Like, I'm good. Good looking, Appreciate it. But with Suge, now we looking at like, we know Suge sent that. You know what I mean? That's what Suge did. Like, you know what I mean? He sent that where he could take something from you, get it back for you, and then got you under the wing for life. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't fall through. Fab held his own with these dudes. Wherever they at, they know. Fab and his brother held their own in the mall. But that was definitely came from Suge. You know what I'm saying?
How fast after the incident happened did Suge Knight call you guys?
As we got back to the hotel, we wasn't in the hotel that long, because we still in the hotel riled up, like saying like, the fuck, and that's when Suge called. That's how we know he had to be involved, because who else know this shit just happened? You get what I'm saying? But I guess he felt like they got something. Like, homie, I heard what happened to you. I'll get your shit back, but they ain't had nothing. At this time, 2-ways was out. He only dropped his 2-way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Fab fought off about 4 dudes on his own, like for real, for real.
What were you guys thinking at that time, man? Like, damn, Suge Knight sent some dudes after us?
Yeah, but Suge, we know Suge is strong, man. Like, Suge, everywhere you go at this time back then, whatever hotel you go to, restaurant, everybody knows Suge. He in connection with everybody. So it don't matter. He had no, when you land in LA at that time back then, Suge know where you staying, where you going to do the business, whether the venue, like he knows everything. That's how dangerous it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? But thank God that we really didn't really have any problems with Suge like that. Because we seen him on many occasions and it was just, you know what I mean? He didn't really, I guess he kind of respected Fab. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So you guys seen Suge after that and everything was good?
Yeah, I seen Suge a couple of times after that. Super Bowl weekends, all kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, seen Suge a lot of places. Like, Suge was just, I used to see Suge and I used to be like, yo, this guy's a real, he just like to start trouble, man. Like, this is him. That's it. You just got to respect it.
Damn. Okay. And at one point, you guys meet Big Meech and BMF.
Yeah.
Because I know he did a song with Jeezy and Blue Da Vinci
Yeah,
quite a while ago, like when they were trying to get their music label off the ground and
exactly.
everything.
hmm
So what all happened with that, and how'd you guys meet Big Meech and everything?
Well, we was out in Atlanta one time. We was in a club in Atlanta. And we was like in the VIP section chilling, whatever. And I remember the waitresses and them come over and they bring like some bottles and shit. So, Fab was like, yo, we ain't order these bottles? Like, what's it? And they like, yo, guys over there, BMF dudes sent it over. So it was like, all right. So we see them, they in another section, but we could like see each other. But we get the bottles and we all hold them up like towards each other, like, appreciate it. Like, yo, good looking, this and that. So about 10, 15 minutes after that, we get down and we go over there to them. You know what I mean? And we go over there, what's up? Everybody five, this and that. And Meech told Fab that time, like, yo, that's what's up. I appreciate you coming over here, introducing yourself, because so many celebrities come in this club and we send them bottles. They don't even come over here and say thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, and Fab was like, nah, man, like, you appreciate it. No? You know what I mean? It's real shit. And, man, he was like, yo, if y'all gonna be in town, whatever, this and that. And yeah, that's when we went to the White House. They had like a cookout there. And it was crazy. So ever since we met them,
Hold on one second. You guys went to the White House?
yeah, we went to the White House. Yeah, I seen the White House early before. Everybody seen the White House now, this and that. But yes, we seen the White House early. It was a lot of houses. Like, we've been going, everybody had houses, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Blue Da Vinci, everybody had their own house. So at this time, we meeting these guys and we like all these fancy cars, this and that. So every time we hang out with them and then leave, later on, we'd be like, yo, what the fuck you think these guys do? And I used to personally be like, yo, I think these hit the lotto or something. Because I'm saying to myself, houses like this, cars like this, nobody getting that much money in 2000s on selling drugs. You ain't gonna make it that far. That's how I used to say it. And they used to be like, yo, we don't know. So everybody used to, just lotto, yo, I think it's drugs, or it could be real estate. We didn't know. And then one day a girl from Atlanta called Fab and was like, yo, listen, be careful with them BMF dudes because they sell drugs. And that's when we was like, wow, what? They sell drugs? Doing shit like this? Like, it was crazy, man. They own Atlanta at this time. And at this time, only like people in Atlanta really knew them. Like New York and everybody else didn't know. Like, you go down there, you gonna know. Billboards, you gonna know, like, damn, BMF, who the hell is these guys? Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, so that's when we first, got a wind of those guys. And ever since then, like, we've been tight with them. We've been real tight with them, like,
Okay, so you guys beat Big Meech.
Mhm.
You guys are hanging out. There's a lot of crazy stories about them spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
Did you guys like what was an average night with BMF like?
Damn. Average night with BMF. Listen, man, I'm be honest with you. Ain't nobody ever gonna do it. No other crew is ever gonna do it like BMF did it. Like, honestly, when I seen that, it was like, this is unbelievable. You know what I mean? You got 50, 60 different guys from each different state, and it's all like family. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even when we first met them, it was like, we were like family. Even the second, third time we hanged, we was all like considered family. But in a club with those guys, especially when Meech is out, oh man, anything goes, man. Like Magic City and all that, that was a spot. Like, when it was time for it to close, regular customers gotta leave. Only BMF can stay in there, because you think the owner gonna close the club if these guys throwing hundreds of thousands all night? Why would they close the club? The regular people gotta go, and it's just BMF in there still spending money, throwing money. So I seen them, like, every party was crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Bottles. Every spot he went to, like, he buying out the bar. He want all the bottles. Like, Meech always want how many bottles in the spot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he gonna buy all the bottles. You're gonna have a good time. Every time you're gonna have a good time. And your money is no good. Like, you know what I mean? Your money no good. When you with them, your money no good. No matter how much money you got, your money is no good. Don't worry about spending your money. This is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? He was a good boss.
Damn. So even for Fabolous, because at this point,
Yeah.
Fabolous is blown up. He's making
his money no good. His money no good, man. Trust me. Money no good.
Was it kind of crazy because you guys are he's a famous rapper. At this point, he's making millions of dollars, and then you're seeing like, these dudes just balling out crazy.
Yeah. Balling out crazy for real. So Atlanta they popular in Atlanta. So we cool now. They come to New York, for the Jeezy video shoot, Soul Survivor with Akon, this and that. Big Meech is in the video. So now this is when New York get introduced to BMF. So within this 2-3 weeks they up here, they did that video. They did the Blue Da Vinci with Fab and Jeezy, Streets on Lock as well. And they started hitting these clubs up, and none of these promoters in New York know who the hell is BMF. So it was like, BMF. So back then you go to a club, it's like 12 o'clock, it's like, listen, no more people unless you buying 3 bottles and you need a table and this and that. It's 50 guys out here. 3 bottles, Meech calling somebody to the front, showing them a duffel bag. What do you mean? I want every bottle you got in here left. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't know who Big Meech and BMF was. When they came up here for them 2 weeks and hit these clubs up, that's when promoters and everybody knew who these guys was. They was the truth. And then the same time within this 2 weeks, 3 weeks they was up here, they had a stripper battle contest. So they had all the girls from Magic City and ATL fly up here and battle the girls from Sue's Rendezvous. And now when I say epic night, oh man, it was crazy. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Damn, okay. And at one point they get arrested and indicted, and Big Meech, ends up having to go away for a long time, man. What were your kind of, thoughts and everything when all that happened?
Yeah, when I heard about that, I was just like, damn. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of fucked up because, he a good dude. All them good dudes is like good dudes. Like, you know what I mean? Even though, drugs or whatever, but they good dudes. Meech is a good dude. So when I heard about that, I was just like, damn, it's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? So now it was like, we doing shows certain places and it ain't really the same. Them dudes ain't around. I remember we doing shows at certain cities and a BMF member come to the show. I remember we was in St. Louis and my man Tito popped up. He was a BMF member. And it was just like, you know what I mean? Because I'm used to seeing Tito with the whole crew, everybody having a good time. And it was like, he low right now. Like everybody going to jail. He low, he ain't out there no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, damn, man, it's kind of fucked up all this shit happened. But, eventually that shit couldn't last. Like they was doing it too big. Like, you know what I'm saying? Too big.
Yeah, man. One of the stories that happened a while ago was Fabolous and Ray J.
Oh, yeah.
The fight in Vegas. Were you there for that?
Nah, I wasn't there for that. Kane and my other cousin Killer was there for that. Listen, I'm going to tell you the truth. If one of us would have been there, like, you know what I mean? He had his brother with him, Kane. He had Killer with him, Kev. You know what I mean? It's cool. I ain't saying that they won't do nothing. But if one of his actually boys was there, me, Nick, Reek, or whatever, like, it wouldn't have been, he wouldn't have been fighting Ray J. You get what I'm saying? Like, for Fab to even be fighting at that point, like, come on, what are you doing? You know what I mean? But he's had to fight with Ray J, and that's Ray J. You know what I'm saying? But still, if somebody else was there, Ray J, it wouldn't even been no Fab fighting. Like, Ray J would have been knocked out before he even said another word. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that happened, and, Ray J was just doing a lot of bluffing. That's all he was doing.
So all that started over a tweet, right?
Yeah, or something like they was in Floyd house and Ray J was on the piano or something. Fab a jokester and, made a joke and all that. And Ray J being high on all these pills and all that took it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And thinking that he trying to clown him. And then he rolling with, he thinking he was the money team at the time. So he feeling pumped up, money team, Floyd there, 50 there. He trying to show off. So that's another good reason that he lucky like another dude with Fab wasn't there because, yeah, you want to show off for Floyd and 50 in them, watch this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So he lucky about that. So it worked out for him.
I didn't know Floyd and 50 were there at the time. They were actually there at the fight.
Yeah, they was actually right there. I just seen some footage of them really actually fighting recently and Floyd and 50 right there. I'm like, wow. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was right there. So that's what it made it would have made it even worse. But when that happened, it was just like, it wasn't nothing. Fab, Ray J wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That's Ray J. You get what I'm saying? Like, Fab been through more realer shit than that. You get what I'm saying? So Ray J, like, that ain't, you know what I'm saying? My godson of fucking, you know what I mean? That wasn't nothing.
Yeah, were you guys were surprised, I take it, that it happened.
Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, damn, Ray J trying some shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's how I know you gotta be on drugs, Ray J, because you already know about street family and what dudes is capable of or whatever. You just know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But That's what I said. He on drugs, he high, he got Floyd there, he got 50 there, and he feeling, invincible. So, Fab, put some paws on him real fast, and then that was it.
So I guess at one time you guys are hanging out, or something happens with an NBA player, Sebastian.
Oh yeah, Sebastian. So club, this restaurant called Justin's that P Diddy owns, Puff. It used to be Thursday night, Wednesday, one of them nights. It used to be like good nights, whatever. So we used to go there all the time and this and that. So on that night, it was Puff was actually having an all black affair. So we were gonna go there and eat first, and then we go to the all black affair. So I remember Fabulous was there already. I pull up, I'm in the Charger. I'm in the Magnum, I'm sorry. And I pull up and I'm about to go on whatever. So I see a dude in a Bentley. He pulling up, he get out, he going. Everybody going into Justin's. So as I'm walking, coming out the parking lot, going into Justin's, I see some dudes kind of got the dude that got out the Bentley hemmed up. So I really don't know who it is yet. I know it's somebody in the Bentley. So they got him hemmed up. I see somebody on a chain. He's holding a chain. This a little tussle going on. As I'm walking by, you know what I mean? Piece fall on the floor, a whole bunch of stuff going on. So I'm just wow, I'm watching it. Go inside, I sit down, I'm telling dudes yo, somebody getting jacked outside, whatever. Come to find out it's Sebastian, because Sebastian he actually came in and he was going crazy. He on the phone, yo, get over here now. A whole bunch of stuff going on, right? Long story short. And
sorry, real quick, who was Sebastian? What was it? Do you remember his last name?
Sebastian Telfair. He's a basketball player. That's Stephon Marbury cousin. So he's a basketball player. And at the same time, there's some other dudes in there that from Brooklyn that it was a rumor out saying that, that they going to take Street Family dudes' chains when they see them. So they in there at the same time too. So we kind of trying to see what's going on with them. This just happened with Sebastian that we don't even know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Where he just thought that Street Family did it, because I don't know that it was in the newspaper the next day. He was saying Street Family, Fabulous entourage robbed him for a $50,000 chain and all. He really said that. You know what I'm saying? So we goes inside and we in there. He riled up. It's time to go. So Fab actually yo, listen, go and bring the car to the front, whatever, so he could just come out. So as I'm about to do that, remember I told you some Brooklyn dudes in there that saying that they're gonna take a chain. And one of my dudes yo, listen, that's, such and such shooters right there that's going out first. So we should just wait. I said, you know what? Let's just wait. So we wait for Fab to come out and we all walk into the parking lot together, make sure everybody's safe. So we get to the parking lot, we see an Impala, sitting over there and we yo, watch this Impala over there. What the fuck? It's tinted up. It's just sitting there. So we walking in the parking lot. We still talking, but we paying attention to the Impala. Next thing you know, the window rolled down. I was yo, what's up, Fab? And just bullets start flying. So now bullets is flying from both sides. There's a big shootout, this and that, I jumps in the car. My boy Eastwood jumps in the car, rest his soul. And we takes off. So there's so much smoke in the air that, the smoke started dissolving. I don't see Fab. So I jumps in the Magnum and I goes up a one-way, to look for Fab. Goes up a one-way, I don't see him, and I come back down a one-way. So this is what people were seeing as they hear shots and then they see a Magnum going up a one-way, this and that. So they just got the idea this is the car that's doing the shooting. Come back through the parking lot and pull up in front of Justin's. And that's when Fab come out and I see that he's shot. You know what I mean? They holding him up and he's limping. So I'm oh my, unbelievable. Out of 15 dudes standing there, Fab gets shot. You get what I'm saying? That was just a lucky shot. 15 dudes is all together. What a coincidence that the bullet hit Fab out of everybody. And Fab is shot in the thigh. Jumps in the car with me, Eastwood, Killer Kev, and Fab. I takes off. I'm running lights and everything. Boom, 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 running lights. So Fab yo, Rod, slow down. Bullet might travel. I'm saying to myself, bullet might travel. That's movie shit, but I'm gonna slow down anyway. He's shot. I never been shot. Slow down, start stopping at the lights, and next thing you know, police pull us over. Freeze, get out the car. You know what I'm saying? So we yo, we the victims. We got somebody in here shot. They open the doors up, get Fab out. They call an ambulance for him. And they searching around looking for guns, no guns. They see 2 batteries. So the guy, one of the Spanish guy, cops is listen, is it a trap box in here? Because it's 2 batteries. It got to be it. I'm like, listen, there ain't no trap box. I don't know what you're talking about. So they tried every technique they had to try to open up the trap box. It didn't work. Now they say they need a statement for us. So they take us back to the precinct. We like, listen, we the victims. Long story short, okay. He asked me about the trap box again. He said, listen, I'm gonna tear the car apart. Let me know. I'm like, listen, do what you gotta do. Like, you know what I'm saying? And there's no trap box. What you want me to tell you? Long story short, they found it. They broke the car down and found 2 guns in the car at night. Right? So now they rearrest us. They bring Fab from the hospital because the bullet just went in and out. He patched up his leg. He back at the precinct with us. That same night at the precinct, Sebastian Telfair comes in and we put us in a lineup. Because he's saying street family robbed him. So they got members in the precinct with Fab. They had him come to the police station and he really came to the police station and did a lineup. Like nobody else never knew this, heard this, because I even seen him on the interview just talking. He ain't telling the real. He came in and did a lineup. So even when I was in the lineup, I'm thinking like, he seen me. He know I ain't rob him, but he seen my face. He could easily be like, yo, I seen him there. But he didn't do that. But we was definitely in the lineup. And long story short, we went to court 2-3 times and they threw the case out because probable causes. Like, you tore the car apart for what? You saying I took some lights. You ain't give me no ticket. I got license. So after that, thanks to a good lawyer, Ali Banks, and we beat it. It was just tossed out, man. So yeah.
Man, was that like kind of, an eye-opener for you guys, you know what I'm saying? Just going through something like that?
Yeah, but at this time, man, listen, we done been through so much as coming up, even in the beginning of the music stuff, like, people trying to rob you or all kind of stuff, like we was used to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why we always, we move right, because we was used to how it was. Like, we was some dudes from the hood. So we know how it could be.
I seen somewhere that early on, I think in Faboulous' career, he got a feature from Lil Wayne.
Oh, yeah.
And paid him like $100,000 for it? What all happened with that?
Oh, yeah, so they paid him like $100,000, and he came in and did that song. Damn. He came in and did it, when he did it so fast, like they came in, it was gone for $100,000. And it was like, okay, why? Because it's Weezy. But, at the time it's new. Like Fab is, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Weezy came in, dropped his verse real fast, and broke out, man. It was like all about business at that time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no real relationship yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure now, I'm cool with Weezy. But at that time, it was just business. Like, they came in, did that, Wayne, and just left.
Were you guys like, damn, I just paid dude $100,000 for like 15 minutes of his time?
Yeah, but at that time, we didn't even know how much he paid them. We just knew like, damn, that was fast, in and out. Like, what the? And then we found out $100,000 for that real fast. The verse was good, but it was just like, damn, that shit was quick. Like, Yeah.
Yeah, damn. Was that like his first big artist that he worked with at the time?
You can't.
He worked with Nate Dogg at
Yeah,
the time.
so I was about to say, I don't know if Nate Dogg you consider it was a big artist, but he was an artist. But at that time, yeah, Wayne. I think this was like the second album with Wayne. See, Nate Dogg and all that was the first album.
I seen somewhere that at one point, I think you guys were in Arizona for a Super Bowl weekend or something, and you guys were in a club and with Puffy and Jermaine Dupri.
Oh yeah, this was like a Super Bowl weekend. We like in Arizona somewhere like that. And Puffy and Jermaine Dupri hosting a party. When I say this party is off the hook, shit off the hook. They hosting all night. It's crazy. It was good times. Until Suge Knight walked in. Like, you know what I'm saying? DJ Suge Knight is in the building, Death Row. And you could see the door, like, especially where we was at. So you could see the door, and you seeing this crew come in, all with Scully's on. Remember, you're in Arizona, it's fucking hot. Scully's on, coming in. And you knew it was Suge. Suge Knight's in the building, Death Row. We like, okay, Suge in the building. You ain't hear no more hosting, man. Look on stage, these guys is gone, man. Gone. When I say gone, gone. And it's like, damn, Suge is really, like, motherfuckers be running from Suge, seriously, man. Like, a lot of people were happy he's gone in jail, this and that, but motherfuckers used to be running from Suge. And that's what happened that night. It was crazy. Jermaine Dupri, Diddy, They was gone after that. Once Suge came in the building, they was gone. And Suge the type, when he come in, he's like approaching people. Like that same night, I seen he got Mariah. You could tell she looking like she ain't got no business talking with Suge, and he over there asking her, whatever it is like, look at this guy, he just intimidating, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of person he was.
Wait a minute, you seen him talking to Mariah Carey?
Yeah.
Like what? And she looked scared?
Yeah, she looked this scared, man. It's like, yo, look at this guy. I seen him the same night talking to Akon. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he got Akon in him somewhere. It's like, you know what I mean? And I see him over there talking to Akon. Then you see Akon do some pointing shit. And we like, yo, fuck he pointing over here for? We good with Suge, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? But he was intimidating to certain people, man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How deep was he?
Ah, man. Yo, listen. I done seen Suge with crews of like Bloods, Crips, Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? So he had everybody running with him at that time. Like, it don't matter. It depends on the event or whatever, but he was always deep. Always deep. Cigar, starting trouble, man. That was Suge Knight.
One of the stories that I seen Fabolous talk about that I wanted to ask you about was that I guess Beyonce kind of approached him about some lyrics that he said one time.
Yeah, he said something, Beyonce or Solange, one of them, he put them like in a freestyle, whatever. And then she seen him at this place and she kind of approached him like, you know, like please try to, you know, keep their name out his mouth and all that stuff like that. Like she took it a different way though. But you know how rappers are. They just flip and bounce it. This sounds good, this and that. And that's what happened, yeah. So he's like, yo, you know, Beyonce ran down on me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of crazy too, like, you know, just to let you know, okay, stop playing. Like, you know what I mean? But that's what happened, so yeah.
And I guess he like apologized to Solange afterwards?
Yeah, because he didn't mean no disrespect. So he would just let him know, like, nah, I didn't mean it like that. You know, just rhyme. Like, you know what I mean? Just rhymes.
Was it kind of shocking that somebody like, you know, took them that serious?
Yeah, but even to hear it in the freestyle, it's still like, how you hear this in a freestyle? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you must be really listening to music if you hear this in a freestyle. So that's what it was. Like, it was like a regular freestyle. It wasn't even like on a song. It was like a freestyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Now, I seen somewhere that you guys used to get harassed by the police a lot, the hip-hop.
Oh, yeah. Actually, they started the hip-hop cops because of us, because of Street Family and G-Unit. Like, they really started it because of us. Like, you know, these guys coming to the shows. Like, they still around now. Like, you know what I'm saying? We do a show in New York or something like that, they'll pop up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the hip-hop cops was like, they had it out for motherfuckers. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they even had out a DVD, the hip-hop cops, called Black and Blue. Like, you know what I mean? I was on that as well. Like, it was all about rappers and stuff like that. But when they got the Fabolous, they put me up there as well. Like, you know what I mean?
Is there any specific situations you could talk about that like kind of stick out that, you know what I'm saying, you guys were harassed at the time?
I mean, just a lot of shit was happening. Like, they were just trying to say that Street Family, you know, the entourage was going around robbing celebrities and all that. So that was the word that was out there like that. That's how we was looked at. Like, you get what I'm saying? So anytime something happened, motherfuckers would say, yo, you know, Street Family did it. Even the night with Shabazz and Telfair, when that happened, Derek Parker, he's the guy from the Hip Hop Cops, he came out of nowhere like, yo, I told y'all about these guys. Like, these are guys, I know they did it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was always there, like, on our backs to let people know, like, yo, y'all don't know these guys like I do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you the one that when we first met the Rolling 60s, we never knew about these guys, like, you know? So Fab had the Tit for Tat video shoot, you know, produced by Pharrell, you know, Tit for Tat, whatever. And it's in LA, like in a warehouse or whatever, this and that. So we in LA, we at the warehouse, you know, Jermaine Dupri there, Game there. This is before Game was blown up. He was signed to Dre, but he was like on the shelf. Jermaine Dupri, Pharrell, Game, like they was there. So we get there, you know, it's chilling, regular vibe. We doing a video, like I'm in a video as well. We doing this. Next thing you know, my boy comes to me because they had like curtains and stuff, the block off certain areas. So I remember eating my food, and my boy Shaq come and say, yo, open up the curtain and say, yo, it's about to go down, and close the curtain back. So I'm like, about to go down. I didn't know what he was talking about. I go out there, open the curtain, and I promise you it was about 50 dudes, man. Guys, girls, and it's the rolling 60s. We don't know who the fuck these people are. When I say deep, deep. Little X is doing a video shoot. So when I say they all over the place, like the girls is fucking with the models and they eating food, they sitting in Little X director's chair. Like they had the whole, we were surrounded by these dudes and we didn't even know. They was there for a while. And it was like, wow. And it was like, yeah, they came to the video shoot to see what's up, like to try to shut shit down and rob whoever, but Fab was good people. So Jermaine Dupri just left, Pharrell just left, and Game just left. Like, I promise you, if any one of those guys was still there, it would have been trouble. Because everybody was there with like one security. Game didn't have security, he was like with his boys. But Jermaine Dupri had one security, and Pharrell had one security. That wouldn't have mattered. So those guys just left before the Rolling 60s popped up. So when the Rolling 60s popped up, you know, they there, this and that, Fab, what's up? You know, what's up, security? You know, gotta get better security. You come to LA, this and that. You know what I'm saying? So one of Fab's securities, like we had a dude like from New York, and then we had a dude that every time we go out there, he's OG, named Ice. You know what I'm saying? So he well known. And somebody made a call to like the big dogs of the Rolling 60s, and they called them dudes like, yo, listen, Fab good money. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing over there? So somebody convinced them, doing their magic, convinced them to come to the video shoot saying it's a lick. But they ain't know who it was for. So now they made the call like, listen, it's Fab over here, nigga, good. And then they made the call to the dudes on the set like, listen, get out of here. Fab good peoples, man. Like, what y'all doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? So they in there like, yo, Fab, you good, blah, blah, blah. But the security right here, nigga hit him with some tissue. Wanted to see get a reaction out the security. The tissue hit him in the face and just rolled down. They wanted a reaction, but he did the smartest move ever. He just laughed and just, you know what I mean? Because if he'd have pulled any move, it'd have been a bloodbath in there. It was one way in, one way out. So they just talking, yo, Fab, yeah, this and that. So, you know, they rolling out. So as they leaving out, as they go outside, some shots go off. I guess somebody came to the drive-by, whatever. Shots go off. Now some members come back into the studio on the set, hopping like they got shot. And that's when Little X shut down everything. We shutting this shit down. We going back to New York to finish the video shoot, man. But that's the first time that we ran across the Rolling 60s. I'd never even heard of these dudes. But when I seen them, I was like, holy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, first encounter with them guys. So I also have this documentary coming out. It's gonna be in series. It's called Street Family from the Beginning. So I got Fab whole career, like from he first started 2001 up to now. Like, and I got BMF in the beginning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Jeezy before he had any deals. He's just a snowman. Like, I got real good footage that everybody gonna see in a while because right now, I'm working on it right now as we speak. So they're gonna be like in episodes and stuff like that. It's gonna be real dope. Real dope.
Where all do you have it coming out on? Like, how are you distributing it?
I haven't found a network yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm just working on the projects. And then once I get to a couple of episodes, then I'll just start shopping it around, like, you know. But it's definitely gonna be dope. Everything from the beginning, you know, BMF from the beginning, Street Family from the beginning. Like, you're gonna see a lot of good footage. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but just to let you know, like, all the footage that's coming on the documentaries, like, I was actually the cameraman behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was role managing, cameraman. So that's all my footage, 100%. And the world, get ready for this. This is gonna be big. This is gonna be real big, man.
So you was following Fabolous around with a camera that whole time?
Yes, role managing, DJing, and got the camera. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I knew eventually, like, this is gonna be something. But I really started doing it because at this time, remember Smack DVDs and all this out is an era, it's a DVD era. So what I really was going, I started filming because I wanted to do some DVDs and put it out, you know, generate some money, start doing movies. And it was just like, Fab was just so busy. And it was just like, he just thought like, you can't put out no whack shit, this and that. So I kind of like put it on the back end. Even though I feel like it wasn't whack, I put it on the back end. Like, you know what I'm saying? And 22 years later, like, you know what I'm saying? I go to my mom's house in the closet and I find all these tapes. Like, you get what I'm saying? It was like, holy shit, these are all the tapes right here. And I went and got them uploaded, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's it, man. Now we working and y'all about to see some history. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like from day one, like from the beginning. You know what I mean? Along with stories, like his whole career. I'm gonna give it to y'all just, it's gonna be dope. It's similar to like the Kanye shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's got stories with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be really interesting. This is what people want to hear, what you want to know. Because, Fab is kind of secretive. Like, people don't know about Fab life. To this day, you never seen a documentary or this, like, you only hear, like, when something happened or something like, but this is, you're going to get the full, everything about Street Family, Fab, BGS. We was BGS before Street Family. And I'm just going to get a word, the whole thing like that.
Well, that's what's up, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
Sounds pretty dope.
Thanks, man. And I just want to say, Cam, I appreciate
for sure,
you,
man. Well,
having me, tell some stories. And like I said, like I said, man, got a million stories, man. I got a million things. Want to do something else is no problem. But I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you taking your time, man. Dope stories, man. You know what I'm saying? And shit, man, I'm looking forward to the documentary, man. It sounds pretty dope, man, for sure.
Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely going to see it. It's going to be dope, man.
All right, bro.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thanks a lot,
All
Cam.
right,
All right.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.